fourth episode with authentic conversations with Happy and Mo.
Yay! We are here back again in your screens, and we are about to give you in this time around.
Yeah, we didn't really tell them what we're gonna tell them with this episode, what we're gonna talk about this episode.
Okay.
However, the last time we were talking about things to avoid.
Mm-hmm.
If you really want to focus on your healing journey, what you should avoid.
Yeah.
Yes. And I think out of that, we never really, we talked about there are certain friends, certain relationships. I don't know if I said friends or relationships, but I don't remember. However, also relationships, certain relationships.
Mm-hmm.
It can even be family, but you know how it is with family. You can't quite detach yourself completely from your family. However, you can do so mentally. You can do so mentally, detach yourself, because you know that there are, when you are in your healing journey, you do not want distractions. Yeah, you do not want distractions. You do not want people that will keep on dragging you back, triggering you, especially in your early stages.
Yeah.
Once now you have fully gotten there, or you feel that you are there, you can every now and again go see if you've really done the work and see if you're still triggered. Yes, that those testing times, and still see if you triggered. Yes, and yeah. So I guess this time we'll be talking about what to expect. What to really expect.
Oh, yes. Yes, because when you are in that hibernation time.
Because it is hibernation.
Yeah, when you're in that hibernation time, really, you don't want a lot of noise. That's number one. You don't need distraction, like she was saying. People, like relationships, your family members, a lot of friends, they have that thing of, and because when you are in that hibernation mode, you start to question yourself a lot. That's when the questioning comes, and you start now to see and everything has been a lie.
I think that's when the veil really now comes down, and you start to see things for what they are.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And the truth comes when you are truly seeking for it. And that's when everything now starts to shed off. A lot of things now starts to shed off. All things that we have been taught, all things that you have been going through, education. Like for me and her, we've always been very rebellious when it comes to education.
Because we have always said, but okay, no disrespect to people that have gone to school went and gotten their degrees and stuff, degree after degree. However, it's something that for me never made sense.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, yeah, but for some people it still makes sense, and
it works.
If it works for you, it works for you.
Yeah.
But for me, I never just.
I've been questioning it a lot. So I was saying there, we have been questioning a lot ever since. We have been awakened, but we didn't know how it's awakening.
We've always been in
we have always
because
we always wanted the truth in all things. We always wanted to want to know more, to understand, understand the things the way they are, but the way they are portrayed to us.
Yes.
Or is it really the fact? Is it really the truth?
Yes.
How authentic is this thing that I'm being fed?
Though somewhere along the way we still gave into it. Though somewhere along the way we still gave in and stopped asking questions.
Yeah.
And we just went in with the crowd saying, let's go with them.
But deep down within
you knew that some things don't make sense. You want to ask questions. And you were asking sometimes. And when you ask, you are told, no, you can't ask. Like this thing that you will be taught then that some of the things you can't ask questions. You can't question this. You can't question that. But you know that you truly want to ask questions. Like this healing thing. Healing has always been, you remember, when we were still in our social club. When we were still in our social club, it's something that we started. And we were a group of women. And we said, let's do it as a group of women. And because we want to empower and impact other women.
Yes.
And yes, we did it. We did some
shows.
we organized. They had some, and they were really successful,
Yeah.
and women really wanted that.
Mm.
More of that. It's just
There's
that
so much hunger.
yes, but as women, we couldn't just agree and come together because
We were not huge.
Yes. We never just came together and said, let's run with this. It was issue here, issue there.
That was
until we
actually
abandoned
distracting even the bigger picture.
The bigger picture, and we abandoned it. But issue of healing has always been something. I mean, who doesn't want a working relationship?
Yeah.
Who does not want to be at peace at all times? Who doesn't want joy in their lives? We are not saying life does not have ups and downs. It does. And we're not expecting everything to be perfect, because perfection means you stop growing.
Yeah.
If you are perfect and you reach that level, then what more else
is there to
what is there to live? You still need those challenges every now and again. Why? Because then you know that you are growing.
Yeah.
But healing has always been at the core of things. It has always been, women, let's come together. Let's build this. Let's be whole. Because the last time we had an event, let's call it an event, where we had women that came to build us up in all different areas that we think were important at the time. You understand? And we still believe that even now it's still current, it's relevant, and we still need not to just do this kind of videos.
Yeah.
We still need to meet as women.
And touch and change.
Yes, and talk with each other. Be able to touch each other and talk and those things. So that's why now we are talking about what you're gonna go through.
Yeah.
What you're gonna go through as you are in this journey.
In your stillness, in that space of where you want to be alone.
Yes.
Because it will really, healing requires that time also, because it will really push you to say, I want to be alone, because now you find things that are irrelevant. And you start now to, you don't want to be burdensome on somebody, to be telling people things that are good. You want to go in to find answers, and those answers truly they come when you are in
you're more attentive.
Yes, and you are more
attention.
aware.
Yes.
You are more aware. That awareness is the one that brings you closer to yourself, and that self is the one that brings you peace and abundance of joy everlasting. So yeah, I think those are the things. Okay, the other things that to expect when you are in that mode of healing in your early stages is people are going to start now to be distanced. They will distance themselves.
Yeah, without you doing
it. You just have to just be quiet, and then you will see there will be that distance around you, and you know, I'm going through this thing now. And there are other things that are going to happen. It's those roller coaster emotions that 2021 was not easy for us, and beginning of 2022 for me was not easy, but it was worth it, because I start to realize and reflect back, and I realize, well, you know what, I'm truly grateful for these things that have been happening. I think in other shows we will be sharing more of our personal journeys because we have been through it, and it will impact other lives as well. But those roller coaster emotions were not fun. Sometimes you can really tap out. I'm telling you.
You wanna you even ask questions. What am I doing? I should have just stayed in that, like you like. But what am I doing?
Yeah.
For me, I remember this one time I wept. I cried. I'm like, but why am I crying like this? I thought I have dealt with this issue.
Yeah.
And when it comes like it's fresh.
Yeah.
Like you did nothing. And you know that it's been years and you've gone through this when way back. And you're still wondering, why is it still affecting me the way that it is?
Yeah.
But now, looking back, you still look at the same issues and you're like,
why was I crying?
Yeah.
You're like, I remember the other time, I think it was late 2021 when I called you. I was weeping in the morning and I'm calling you, I'm like, Happy, and you were at work. And I'm like, you know what, I'm going through, this thing. And then there was just that trick, and my sister called me. She was saying something to me while I was crying. And guess what? At that time, she was saying something that gave me joy. And I'm like, okay, I was just crying now. And then she's speaking to me, and I'm no longer crying. Now there's this joy that comes.
Yes.
Like, guys, it's like a joke, but it's so true.
Yeah.
It's so, I literally went from crying and weeping to joy and peace that I can't even explain. So as I was telling her, I was like, you know what? This morning I was crying like nothing. And my sister calls me, and I'm smiling. I'm having this joy and this peace. It's like a lie. It's like, did you really go through it? What?
Yes.
And then when I sit down and ask myself, what was I crying for? That thing I thought I dealt with. And then you're asking yourself, oh, what was I crying for? You realize, sorry, it's those emotions happening. So I'm only saying this so that when it happens to you, you must just know, because we went through it. It's not like you are not doing any progress. You are moving. You are. It's happening. It's just that you don't see at that time when you are in it. Only when you have moved past that level, you realize, I'm progressing.
Exactly.
And the next time the very same thing happens, you have a different perspective towards that thing, and you have a strategy on how to deal with that issue. So it makes it's that level of growth and maturity. So we are saying it's gonna happen, and it's not end of the road. You don't have to tap out.
Exactly.
It's
and don't deny your emotions.
Yes.
And we realized, we learned that as we were going through the journey, that we're not gonna deny our emotions. Before, we thought if you get any negative emotion as you are busy, you must just cancel it immediately. No, why am I feeling like this? And forced to be positive. You all of a sudden want to say, no, being like this is gonna lower my vibration. I need to keep it high. And then you want to force that emotion to quickly disappear. And as we were reading books and as we were sharing information, we realized, no,
you actually
have the emotion.
Inside be
watcher
of the emotion.
Observe
and
look at the emotion.
Oh, you are angry. Why?
Welcome it in. Welcome it in.
Yeah. And a lot of us, or a lot of people, are afraid to actually do that.
Yes.
That is why they say they mask with alcohol, girls, boys, whatever, a company of a lot of friends and stuff like that. That is where now you don't become a watcher. You don't look at the emotion. You suppress them.
Or you want to identify with it. You own it.
You become a victim.
Yes.
And then now it makes it more worse.
Yeah.
So we are simply saying, when they happen, because we know they will come, you have to know that you are not alone, and you are progressing in this. And it's not gonna be like that forever. It's just that time, and it's learning curve. You are learning, and you are moving towards your best self.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So yes, don't deny any of those emotions. Don't deny them.
Be present.
Just watch them.
Be conscious.
Welcome them in. You don't rush them out until they have said and decided now. Because I've read somewhere that emotions are sort of like they are telling you what you also need to work on. They are like signals to say, ring a bell, ping ping, this is happening, you need to fix this. So they are signals. So we have a very intelligent system. It's just pay attention to this. And yes, some things that you thought you have healed from might come back again, and you think now, no, which means I didn't do the work. No, you have done the work. You have done the work. Just trust your process. Just trust it. I guess that's it for
today.
If we, like we say, these are authentic conversations. It's what we went through. If we remember, in the next one we will share. And be patient with us. We talk a lot. We say some other stuff, and we don't know what we're talking about in the middle of the conversation. Please be patient with us.
No, it's like, seriously, this is just us, and we are authentic. We are truth.
True.
We are true. You know, Christ said, "I am the truth, the light, and the way." So if He's in me and He's in her, then I'm there.
You are there.
You are there. You are there. You are Christ consciousness. You are truth. You are love. You are peace. You are joy. You are abundance. You are all these. You know. I am that I am. I'm pure consciousness. I'm pure awareness. And So yeah. So thank you guys. Thank you so much for allowing us to be in your space and time.
Yes. Peace, love, and healing.
Grand rising.